Coming at you from Comic Quest in sunny Southern California. It's sunny. It's Dimithri. I'm your host, Dimithri Perera. Thanks for either listening to this podcast or watching the vidcast on YouTube. Either or. Thanks for doing that. We have some geek news to go over, some really cool stuff. I can't do this alone. Never can, never will. That's why I brought my two friends here. We got Sam Young, actual lizard person Sam Young.
Hello.
Dude, I hope the camera picked up your tongue. How you doing?
Great.
Yeah?
Good to be here.
Yeah.
Glad I'm here and not anywhere else in the world.
Oh,
where it's
that's so
snowy.
sweet. That's so sweet. To Sam's left, but your guys is right. Steve Biggs, Professor Steve Biggs, Dr. Steve Biggs. I'm just gonna.
The titles are just gonna keep on rolling.
Yo, Steve.
Yeah, I don't know what other whatever. How you doing, Steve?
I'm good. I'm getting over the plague, so there may be a little bit of, vaguely mucusy sounding stuff happening.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Steve, would you feel personally attacked if I brought up your snafu today?
Oh, no.
Steve
It just goes into my general character.
Steve set his alarm clock for PM
Yes.
today as opposed to AM.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know out there, we record Sunday mornings, and Steve was a little behind the clock.
I was.
Yeah.
I woke up and panicked and was like, oh, I don't think I can be there. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we don't even start till okay, well then.
To be fair, Steve, that may have to do with you converting between Stardate and Earth Date.
That's exactly correct. So,
You got to work on
Gotta
that.
leave room for error.
There are a couple of comic book weddings that are coming out. I just wanted to ask you what you thought. Basically, Shadowcat and Colossus are getting married this year. Catwoman and Batman.
No, I want to see the Catmandu wedding.
Yeah, Catman. Whatever happened to Catman? Where is he?
I don't know. What does Catman do?
I don't know. He
Knocks
kills.
objects
He
around.
kills poachers. Actually,
Yeah.
Catwoman and Batman are getting married. What comic book characters or fictional characters in general would you like to see get married this year?
Wow. The Biggie was married a while ago, and DC finally brought it back. It was, Superman and Lois Lane.
At first, I thought you were talking about yourself. You were like, the Biggie was married. Did you say I was
Well,
like,
my anniversary is coming
Steve
up.
Biggs, the Biggie?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Superman and Lois Lane. But they're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, oh my God. 2017 was like the year of fixing Superman, which is so awesome to me. Henry Cavill, even with his weird upper lip, was actually able to smile in the last Justice League movie. What? Yeah. And then, they did. I mean, the reset button was quite elaborate in the old DCU.
They had to bring in
Mixie-Spitalik, yeah. But they did it, and now it's all good, and I'm more than happy to have Super Dad around, because I think John
Kent.
Yeah, John Kent is a fun character.
Him and Damien are fun together. They're so much fun.
Yeah. Beyond that, characters coming up, I don't know.
You don't ship anyone, Steve?
I don't. Maybe. Although, again, this is kind of reaching back into the 80s, because I don't think this relationship is the same as it used to be anymore. But I was always kind of pulling for, Dick Grayson and Starfire.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that, yeah.
Yeah. But
I like Barbara.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon. Yeah.
They're more like my speed.
Yeah.
I feel like the Bat family should.
But I
stay
feel
within
like
the Bat
Should be a little
family.
incestuous.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
but they're not actually.
No, but I mean,
I like, and it's just weird. It's so left field, but like Tim, Drake, and Cassie.
yep.
Oh, but
Like I think that would have been a cute.
okay,
couple.
Cassandra or Cassie Wonder Woman or
Oh,
Wonder Girl.
Kathy Sandberg, or,
no,
Cassandra
Batgirl.
Cain. Yeah.
Batgirl, Cassie.
Yeah.
Cassandra's too good for everyone.
Yeah.
I
Why did call her
miss
Cass?
that.
Does she go by Cassie?
She goes by Cass.
Okay.
There's no IE.
Yeah. Because Cassie would be Wonder Girl.
Wonder Girl, yeah.
I meant Cassandra Cain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing. I love her.
Yeah.
I've been reading like the Damien and John Kent, like their little adventures. You finally
Super
got
Son.
fun,
Yeah.
like sprinkled back into DC. That to like
That was the
all of a
great
sudden.
thing about Rebirth.
Yeah.
The whole Rebirth thing was just them going, oh man, okay, so nobody likes dark and gritty DC
let's
comics. It's
fix. Yeah.
Even Wonder Woman, like the Wonder Woman in the movie, is way different than like a dark brooding Wonder Woman that goes around killing minotaurs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill the minotaurs, that's fine, but
Yeah.
I mean, unless
Do it
you're the
in a way.
Minotaur. I play Eternal and I play a Minotaur tribe deck, and it hurts me when people are aggressive against Minotaurs.
you know what's interesting is I saw a picture recently of an opposite centaur, which would be a horse's head on 2 human legs.
I'm into it.
Like no arms, just two, just
legs. Just give me the
Or,
legs.
or have you seen somebody posted a picture of the Manatar?
no.
And it's like a man with another man's like torso and legs not behind it.
It's so weird.
Before we do move on, though,
Yeah.
I do want to just throw this out. If you're not reading the actual Batman title right now, you owe it to yourself because is it Tom King?
Tom King, yeah.
Yeah, he's killing it on that
Yeah.
on that title. One of the best Wonder Woman Batman stories in Batman's history, and then the double date issues were with him and Superman and Lois. Those were
When they go to the carnival,
yes, those were high.
and they dress
The
up
lead
as
up
each
to
other?
that though was really cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The elevator one. That one.
yes,
Yeah.
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 If you guys out there can
love
see
them
her
so
shirt,
much.
the Nightwing shirt.
It's because they don't make really good Red Robin shirts.
Oh, okay. I don't like Red Robin. I like Tim as Robin.
Well, here's the thing. Let me make an argument for Red Robin.
Yeah. We're talking new, wait, pre-52 Red Robin? or-
Obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
Pre-52 Red Robin is fine. Was that Francis Manipal?
Yeah, that was Francis Manipal who did the art for that.
Yeah.
Very briefly, I think he only did the first couple. The first couple issues were done by Yotes, and then Manipal did the Adventure Comics crossover with where he finally gets reunited with Khan, and it's beautiful.
I
and
miss Connor.
I know. Bring him back,
Yeah.
but not in
Well,
like a really shitty way that they did
Well,
with
they
New
keep
52.
yeah,
referencing
they did recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They keep referencing him in
I want
Detective
him.
Comics.
I want him back.
I think he.
That's who I want to
Might-
see get married. Tim and Khan. He tried to clone him. If that's not love.
Let's take a couple gears, shift it into a recent movie that came out. A very small movie, an independent movie.
Yeah,
Call it like the indie of
directed
comic
by
book
an indie
films.
director.
Yeah, well, that part's true.
Yes.
You know, directed by Ryan Coogler of Fruitvale Station and Creed, right?
Yeah.
He did both with Michael B. Jordan. We're talking about Black Panther, and which you probably knew that we were going over by the title on this video. Black
Sorry it took
Panther-
so long.
Yeah, no, you don't have to apologize. Are you apologizing to them?
Yes. Not you.
No, you have to sit through Sam's shipping and love for the Bat family in order to get to the sweet gooey center that is Black Panther.
Mhm.
We're going to talk Black Panther. You guys saw it?
Yes.
Did.
Yes.
I don't even know where to start. I loved it.
It not only works as a really great superhero movie, but it works as a great movie, period.
Yes.
And it's actually, and what I
Yes.
like is that they're using the superhero tropes to talk about real world issues.
They talked about a lot of different issues and then, touched on them enough that it wasn't preachy. At the same time, like they hit so many different things. with
Right.
that.
Like Michael B. Jordan's character in that is my favorite kind of, antagonistic character. It's like, I completely see where this guy is coming from, and
Yeah.
he's completely got a point.
Yeah,
mean-
we are going to be talking spoilers right now,
Yeah.
so this is just the way the episode works. So if you want to flip forward and get to when we talk about Star Trek Discovery, which will also be spoilers, pretty much this episode's a lot of spoilers.
Spoilery.
Feel free or come back to this when you see the damn movie. It is Sunday. Projected earnings for this weekend alone, 218
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
Blew
that's
Deadpool out of the
fantastic.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So crazy turnout for this weekend.
I'm happy to
go
have
watch
added
it.
to it.
Yeah, if you've added your money to that 218 million, stick around. Hear the spoilers.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying
Yeah, no,
Killmonger.
Killmonger. It was, again, you see where the character's coming from. He's very well defined. Some reviews I've seen have talked about Michael B. Jordan almost walking away with the movie.
Yeah,
I can't really argue with that. He was great, but everyone in this movie
was phenomenal.
Yeah,
Denai Guerrero, Lupita Nyong'o, Chadwick Boseman, of course, the main character. But I mean, it's got a deep bench of just huge, talent going on.
Whitaker, Angela Bassett.
Yep.
James, we're going to be talking about people dying. I hope you don't mind. James is the only person in this room. James, our tech guy. Let's get a round of applause for James for doing such a great job. James has not seen the movie yet, but
oh no!
Sorry, James.
Do we have
take
to
your
talk
headphones off?
Do we
walk
have to talk about
away.
people
Go
dying?
read a couple comics.
Are you cool with it, James? All right.
I don't
James told me it was cool earlier.
this.
Yeah, but we're gonna spoil it. You're gonna see it regardless. James is gonna see it regardless.
It is pretty awesome.
So amazing movie. I was sad to see Claw die and Killmonger die.
Yeah.
All your villains.
Yeah.
But I liked that you saw not the resolution, but like you saw him give him the honor that his father was not. Like they left the body. They like just kind of it was so upsetting.
When he visits his ancestor
yes,
in the plane.
And and then you're taken back to Killmonger's vision, and it's just so heartbreaking because you see he's still that little boy in that apartment, trapped with all of that anger and sadness.
Yeah, friend of the show, Hero Carlisle, told me that he felt that the apartment was hell for Sterling K. Brown's character, Najobu, I think. I forget what Michael B. Jordan's Wakandan name was, but Najobu was his father, and he dies, and his spirit will be in that apartment with Wakanda's sunset on the outside of the apartment forever, and that was his hell, and he'll never get out of that.
Yeah,
and Killmonger will probably be stuck there with him, right?
Yeah.
There was so much.
There's so much to talk about.
There's so much dialogue that. Like, I need to see it again.
Yeah.
Because when Killmonger dies and he says something so poignant, he gets to see the sunset, right, of Wakanda, and then he goes...
He's offered the option. Oh, when I die, bury me in the sea.
Bury me... Yeah.
Bury me in the sea because my ancestors knew that death was better than bondage.
Yeah.
When they jump from the ship, that death... Yeah.
Death was better than bondage. Yeah.
There's so many good, like it was just such a well-written script too. There are so many moments where you see character within the dialogue, and I feel like that's also something that you're not really getting. Like it had layers, and so much of Marvel's films have touched on like how can we check off the boxes of what a superhero movie is. Yeah. And they focus so much on that they really miss the opportunity to layer in symbolism. When he has Claw and he's just like every breath you take is mercy. Like
Claw, when he lets the one guy, he was like, "You can leave."
Oh yeah,
just and then the guy runs away and he shoots him in the back.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, spread out the crime scene." That's why I was so bummed that he died, because he could have done more stuff and constantly pestered Wakanda. He could have constantly just been a pest.
I don't know. I really like that they killed him because Claw represented just the worst of like.
The colonizers.
The colonizers. Like, he went in and he stole resources, but not only that, you see him appropriating their culture. He's just the worst, and I was so happy to see him die.
And what I liked about him and the way he was dispatched was, again, this is from more of a film history point of view. I was like, oh, okay, so Andy Serkis is Janet Leigh. Got it. Okay.
In Psycho.
Psycho, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he at least was in another movie and then half of this.
Yeah,
right?
and the thing is, he was kind of, what I liked about it was he was kind of set up to be, if not the big bad, then certainly he's one of the big bad. Yeah. And then what we find out is that the actual big bad is like has no more use for him, so blam. Basically we see him dispatched with the same kind of cold cold disregard for life that he was dispatching people with.
Yeah.
And Andy Serkis, that guy sure knows how to chew on some scenery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have a battle between him and Shuri. By the way, I loved Shuri.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I looked her up, and like I think she was in some British shows. Was she in an episode of Black Mirror? Maybe
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was in the last episode, I think, of the most recent season.
the Black Museum
Yeah, the
episode.
Black Museum episode.
Okay, I never saw that.
She was
one.
phenomenal.
She was great in Black Panther. I loved her. Like I may love her. I don't know. Like I.
We're all there with you.
Yeah, she was so cool. She was just
Fight me for her.
I would. When she flips off T'Challa in
Yep.
the beginning,
Yeah.
and then like the mom,
Angela Bassett goes, Shuri.
yeah, I loved what she called Everett Ross. She was like, "What are you doing, colonizer?"
Yeah.
Yes.
It was so flippant.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know
even forced. It was just
How did your audience react to that? Because my audience was whooping. It was so
Yeah.
good. Like you
My
heard
audience
claps.
Yeah.
and
It was like, oh.
the energy of the movie theater makes this film that much more impressive.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw it last night, Saturday night, at the Cinema City on their biggest screen, and that place was full. And yeah, everyone was just like, "Woo!" You know,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Just the Marvel movies are getting better and better. They're genre matching. They're figuring out what works and what doesn't.
Yes.
They're trying new things.
So
Cinema itself is trying new things.
yeah, so can we talk about some of the real world stuff in Black Panther?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to
okay.
keep the heavier stuff for actually right now.
Oh, okay.
If that's what is that what you're talking about? Like have heavy stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to say to kind of go in as cinema in general is trying something new, which is it's not just for white people. You know?
What? How dare you?
That's like it's a new concept.
I'm
It's
offended.
weird.
I'm feeling oppressed.
I'm sorry, Steve.
This persecution of white people.
You guys have it really tough. I'm sorry, Steve.
I know.
Must be hard being a white man.
It's terrible. I'm telling you. Oh, where?
Yeah, okay. This is my take. I'm so glad they got a black director.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like this movie would have worked had there had not been a lot of black talent in behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan Coogler directed it, co-wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the other writer is.
The other writer actually worked with one of my favorite directors, which is Jordan Vogt Roberts. They were at Sundance together at one point. He's a black writer as well.
Okay, good, great,
Yeah.
great.
I think
And
Joe something.
like, it couldn't have worked without black writers. I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
like it couldn't have.
Well, because this is what I loved about it was that again, Michael B. Jordan's character is not wrong.
No.
The whole thing, you have this African country with all this advanced technology.
Yeah.
I forget what his actual figure was, but 2+ billion people that look just like
Yeah.
us. And we're not sharing.
He said
you're not-
2 billion. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not sharing this technology. Where was Wakanda when slavery was going on?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
was Wakanda when
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff was going on? And I thought, that's awesome. Killmonger wasn't wrong. Let's
Yeah.
see what happens when you give oppressed people the ability to fight back.
Yeah. Killmonger wasn't wrong as far as like his thought process, but he was wrong in his action.
Yeah, the
Right,
problem
in his
was he was
execution,
he
so to
was
speak.
absolutely
Yeah.
he had righteousness about him, but the problem with righteousness is you're not always just
Yeah.
Exactly.
in your righteous
Exactly.
way. And I think
That is
Well-
deep.
Well,
Say it again for the people in the back, Sam.
the problem with righteousness is not always just. Like you can be absolutely vindicated in your feelings, and he had every right to be as angry as he was. It was just the actions that he took to rectify that anger were not a step in the right direction. And you got to see T'Challa be angry with his father. I need to put more emphasis on that T.
Yeah.
But you got to see how that fury shaped him, but he took a better course of action
Yeah.
to rectify that. Like he could have, he offered not amnesty per se, but he did offer him, Killmonger, the option to stay alive. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you see him use that anger and propel it towards a better solution, whereas Killmonger was just so focused on how can I like make things right through violence.
In this movie, it was tougher T'Challa to walk. Even in the beginning, when he talks to T'Chaka, and he says it is a very hard to be a
A good man is
good man.
and a
a good king.
and a good
Yeah.
king. Yeah.
Yeah, which T'Chaka was a better king, right?
Then he
Technically,
was a man.
because he made the mistakes and he cut people off, and he has war dogs in other countries, and he left Michael B. Jordan's character behind.
He
and
did what he thought was better for the nation, even though it made him not less of a man, but it made him, quote unquote, not a good man.
Yeah.
It's like a good man wouldn't leave the body of his brother behind and
Right.
bury it properly in his
Yeah.
home country. Like a good man wouldn't have left a child, but he did those for the sake of his nation.
yeah,
Oof. Oh, I love
there's-
great characters.
By the way,
Love
M'Baku, the
His friend?
Jabari leader, the other tribe, the mountain tribe.
Yeah.
In the comics, he's Man-Ape, but they chose not to go that route for very obvious racially connotated reasons. But I thought he was cool.
He was
That-
phenomenal. He was so good.
Yeah. And again, playing into an expectation and then flipping that expectation on its head.
I don't want to give the joke away.
The audience cracked up.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was a huge laugh, and that was a laugh that went on for a while too.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I love the idea of a hero going to their rival or enemy and asking for help, and it's up to them to decide whether they want to. I knew he was going to come and help, but
Yeah, that was.
but he sat there like Doctor Doom, which was kind of cool. In the throne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
And again,
sprawl.
Yeah.
what
The
I liked
Dr.
about
Doom
it was
sprawl.
Yeah.
what I liked about it was you have to earn my allegiance.
Yeah.
And he ultimately, I guess did, but it wasn't just I'm coming here, I'm going to make a grand, Captain Kirk speech, and then I'm going to sway you. And the guy was like,
and all the Klingons go, let's do it.
And he was like, that was a great speech. I'm still forget it.
Still on your own, bud.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go with this, other than the movie was brilliant. Did it have flaws? Yes. I feel like all movies have flaws.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's certain people out there that will bring up the flaws to just try to rip apart the movie.
Yep.
Because, there's a lot of weird stuff out there that is anti Black Panther right now.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. Can we talk about this certain sub community of people with my color skin, just whole
Redditors.
anti-diversity bunch, and it's just like
yeah, you can say what you want to say. Definitely.
I'm saying these people need to check a freaking calendar and just go, it's 2018. It is a small world after all. United States is a multicultural, country.
Yeah.
Deal with it or leave. Go to some imaginary country that you think exists somewhere, but that ain't the United States of America.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not the world.
Here, a couple of different things. My concern was I knew that in these big cities that Black Panther would do really well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very interested to hear the numbers in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I don't know
Tulsa.
what those numbers would be like. There are certain people, even on my friends list in Facebook, that I'm not surprised they didn't see Black Panther opening weekend. And that's not just anyone who didn't see Black Panther opening weekend. There's certain people that I think that I don't know whether they'll ever see Black Panther. I feel like there's might be people that won't go into the movie because they'll be like, there's just too many black people. And it's not even an outright thing of too many black people. I don't like black people. It's not that, but more like,
It's just
there's just a lot of man, what do you think I was going through watching Friends?
yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think that minorities have to do when we watch movies?
90% of TV and films?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least, we get thrown a token guy and
Yeah.
whatever. Can we please have a more representative cinema experience?
Yeah. Conventional wisdom is only conventional wisdom until it changes.
Yeah.
And then you get a new conventional wisdom.
Yeah.
And it's like, why don't we keep aiming for that? Why don't we just understand that things change, and so be the force of change?
Yeah. I
Thankfully,
yeah.
Marvel appears to be willing to do that. And Disney appears to be willing to do that.
which is amazing. I wouldn't have thought that as a big corporation would be able to do that or would want to do that. Back in the day, the general consensus was we can cast white people in all these movies because everybody wants to see white people. Everybody is willing to see white people. We can't have a black movie because only black people will watch black movies.
Right.
We can't put people of color in because white people can't relate to them. Okay, which I think says more about white people then. In that scenario,
that's a pretty damning statement.
Yeah.
That if that were in fact true, that's a pretty damning statement. But I believe that more speaks to the mentality of corporate cowardice than anything else.
Yeah. So Black Panther was just a really great movie, and if you haven't seen it, please go see it. I mean, that's pretty much what we have to say, right?
Yes, go see it. Go see it in the theater, please.
Well, hopefully you didn't listen to this whole thing and, not see it. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have today. I did want to talk about Star Trek Discovery because it just finished its first season. Yay or nay, Steven?
Overall, thumbs up.
Okay.
A few problems here and there.
Yeah. There was a couple missteps, and you didn't see it, right?
I haven't seen it, but I would like to. I mean, it's a shame you don't have time, but I would like to have picked the professor's brain because I'm watching the Orville right now, which definitely is just loaded with Star Trek influence, and it's just I love it, and so I'm really curious to see. I would have liked to have listened.
Yeah. The Orville I think is fantastic for a lot of reasons. It's definitely Seth MacFarlane saying I want to do my Star Trek show, but I want my Star Trek show to be more like Next Generation.
Yeah.
And yet still have characters that act like basically 21st century characters.
Yeah.
As opposed to some Roddenberry ideal of, no conflict and all this kind of stuff.
It's curious because we're getting both of those at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that they're actually helping one another.
I think so, too.
I do, too.
I mean, sorry. That is all the time we got. We could go into Star Trek Discovery all day, every day. Well, not every day, but, Black Panther I could do all day, every day.
Yeah.
Star Trek Discovery, check it out. It's on CBS All Access. Thank you guys for listening or watching. We have our unabridged episodes on SoundCloud, on Apple Podcasts, I believe on Google Play now. We have our abridged episodes, our video episodes on YouTube, at youtube.com/the Keeg. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Feel free, like, comment, subscribe. I know there's some of you out there that are watching this show. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/the Keeg. Twitter and Instagram at The Keeg Show. We keep things updated. You can always tweet us, hashtag Keeg Talk, Keeg Talk. For any questions, we can answer them on the air. Perhaps Jake will tweet back at you, and we'll make sure to answer whatever questions that you guys have, either about us or our guests or, our hot takes.
Or who Superman's Pokemon would be, or who you want to see pilot a Jaeger
why
together.
don't you hashtag super Pokemon. Supermon. Hashtag Supermon. That's how we'll do it. And so, thank you guys. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Steve, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We'll put a little thing right down here with all your information on maybe where to see you next or where to see you on social media.
I live in the sewers. Good luck.
What'd you say?
I said I live in the sewers. Good luck.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah, you are a lizard person, right? Yeah. Why don't we bring it back to me? Thanks, Jake. Jake's doing a great job. It's a silent clap for you guys. Once again, I'm Dimithri Perera, and this has been The Keeg.